Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
This is a system, what you're seeing now. And when you join a position even, you'll be getting a similar kind of system and you will be provided with your login, user ID and password, or with your account. You should be able to get into the system. You should be seeing all your details now, your profile. And this is something you know where someone has to. You see like look, we have inbox. Whatever we need to take action. Let's say if you are a learning administrator, generally once employee enrolled into the course and learning administrator has to approve that one or reject that one. Say either of this, learning administrators should take an action. Such kind of tasks you should be getting in this task. If you are a manager of a team member, when employee submits a leave request, as a manager, you need to approve that. Or you need to approve, or you need to deny that one. Such kind of tasks you'll be getting into this inbox. This is nothing but the tasks are sent to us. The task you are responsible to take an action. Let's say learning administrator. I told you. There will be 4 learning administrator in the team. Once any employee enrolled into that course, all those 14 will be getting the same task in their inbox. And at least one person takes an action. One person approves or rejects. That goes up from all the 4 people inbox. At least one person has to take an action, and that person takes an action, either of you 4, I said. Anyone learning administrator takes an action. The task will go from the 4 people inbox. This one we call it as an inbox. Workday inbox we call it as. We get a task, what are responsible? What are tasks that we are responsible to take an action? Such kind of tasks you will be getting into this inbox. You will be mostly getting your request to this inbox. You should be clear what to take action on this. Every day, you should go to this inbox and see what all the action items that you have that you need to take an action. And this one is a notification. Something like will notify you. The status of the task, let's say employee enrolled into the course. An employee enrolled into the course or when employee completes into the course, you should be getting a kind of notification that this employee has completed the course. Kind of notice that you will be notified. This employee has completed the course. Kind of notification. These are nothing but show you the status of the activity that you would be seeing. It can be a course completion, it can be a kind of course creation, it can be a kind of survey delivery or campaign delivery, anything. Anything can be. If you wanted to know the status of the activity, you should be seeing some notifications. There is a difference between these two. Can we create a notification? And yes, we can create notifications. We can create. I'll show during business process. I'll show you how to create a notifications. You need to be clear on these two. One is inbox that you are responsible to take an action. The other one is just to view for you. There is no action that you should be taking here, just you'll be viewing the status of the job. That's about this thing. And if you click on employee profile, there's nothing but profile. If you click on this profile, it should be getting into employee profile. These are all employee profiles. We call it as profile options. We typically call this profile options. Whatever activities that you're seeing here, these are different models that we have involved. Like summary, job, personal contact information are under one module called Core HCM. Core HR is nothing but which talks about employee job information. Whatever job transaction that employee is undergoing in any HR, not only Workday, any other HR system, that is nothing but under Core HR module. And compensation. If you see the compensation or whatever the employees are afforded with the compensation, there is nothing but coming from compensation module. And benefits, whatever employee benefits that the employer is offering, those benefits can be seen here, and that comes under benefits module. And similarly, payroll module, performance modules. Career is nothing but which is a mixture of talent learning. These are the two modules that are mixed up with career, and you can see learning is there. Learning is nothing, but if you go to here, whatever this employee with whom you have logged in, whatever employee has completed the courses or did not start the courses, you can. If you go down, you can see all the in progress things here. Not started things here. Here you can see completed things, which are 0 here, but generally all completed courses you'll be seeing here in progress things, you'll be seeing here. And if you go a little up, not started things, you will be seeing here. You'll be assigning a course to employee, but employee may do or may not do. If you go to employee profile and go on career activity, if you see whatever courses that are assigned to employee, you can see whatever courses that employee have completed. You should be seeing in the bottom. Here you can be getting completion status. Here you should be seeing in progress, not started. Career is nothing but which is a mixture of talent and learning. All the learning activities can be tracked and learned. These are all the modules. Whatever you see here, compensation benefits, payroll performance, career absence, these are all Workday modules. If you don't have a learning module for any kind of Workday customer, you will not be seeing this option. This option will not be seen. If a customer does not have benefits, you'll not see this one here. If a customer does not have a compensation, you'll not see if the model subscription is there. It is there. It will be shown. The client can select which of the modules they want to incorporate with. This is the main Workday. It's not the MS. This is generally a login landing page, home page of a Workday. For any employee, even if you log in, there should be a kind of view for you, how we can access. And now I currently logged in as Jack Cooling for this one. And if you click on View Apps, is there no View Apps? If you click on this, you should be getting on options here. If you come down, you should be seeing something called Learning and something called Learning Administrator. You will be responsible for this one. You will be getting this one because you'll be taking care of all that administrator layer. Activities of learning. You will be provided with this access and all your job will be based on this. And employees will be accessing their learning system by clicking on this, and learning administrator will be clicking on this and they'll be accessing all the administrator. all those tasks learning administrator will be performing. There will be a security group called learning administrator. Once you are assigned with the learning administrator, you should be seeing that if you are not assigned with the learning administrator security group, you'll not be seeing this one. Once you join any of the automation as a kind of a learning administrator position, your manager will request for the team. Here we have Mamta joining the kind of the learning admin. Grant her learning administrator access that she can take care of learning stuff in work-based system that you will assign you learning administrator access. You will be super user for learning module. You can perform any of the activity in multi-learning. As a end user can click on this, click on discover, click on browse learning. Once you go to browse learning, you should be seeing all the courses that are created. These are the list of the courses. You can see around a list of courses we have. I don't see any count populating here, but you should be seeing all the courses that are created here. Employee can access this course and take the kind of training kind of things. Employee can go into that and take care of the training part. If you're a learning administrator and if your organization wanted to have learning administrator to create any courses, once you create a course, you should be seeing all the courses coming here and employee can come here and look for the courses that are assigned to them as part of onboarding training or as part of compliance training, anything. Employee can come here, pick up the course and take the training. I have a question here. In my current, if you create the course, unless I assign the course to user, they will not able to get the course. Even here also. Until you assign that course to employee will not be able to see them. They'll be getting a kind of link on their first day of joining or any kind of duration. I said campaign rate. A campaign will be getting more and you should be seeing as a kind of manually email. You know your learning administrator or learning team will be sending all the information but URLs. They can click on the URL and access the course. That's kind of things that can be performed. Basically, this is an end user view of a course. And now there is only activity that employees will be doing. They'll be going to the learning app. Click on the browse learning. They'll be getting a list of the courses in the report. Select the course and take the training. That is only job that the individual will be performing. But as a learning administrator, there will be a lot of tasks that administrator has to perform. You can see here all the dashboards that you can see here for on the learning related activities. Learner management. You can see here, this employee has completed 6, not started 6 courses and there is no. And this employee has completed the in progress is 1. Nothing else got completed or started. Such kind of dashboard learning engagement. You can see it. And leadership team wanted to see that statics of the completions. They can see the graphical format of completion. These are all in a customizable, however you want it to have. How do you control this? These are all customizable. These are all we can create. These are all Workday team members. The reporting team will be there. They will be creating this for you. You will be giving your requirements. Learning team will be giving them the requirements and according to the format. Reporting part. You will be giving your reporting requirements. According to that will be created. And they can see here in the Learning Administrator Profiler, only can see schedule offering. Can schedule offerings of an employee and manage learning content, maintaining wishlets. Manage topics. Topics are nothing but umbrella of a course. You can create all these things from your dashboard. And you can see campaigns. Creating campaigns. Creating courses, creating lessons program. Yesterday, I told you. Courses are nothing but a kind of digital and blended courses. And the lesson is nothing but a way. Now you can add either a kind of survey to the course or kind of, documents in the form of a media ID. There will be some kind of recording videos also will be there sometimes. Recording videos. When employee takes the training, those recording videos will come under a kind of video. Interactive session will start. Similar kind of things that I can add as a lesson when you create a course and support program. I don't believe multiple courses, a bunch of courses. It can be a group of blended courses or a group of digital courses can be categorized as a program. And you are saying that as a program to employee. And when once employee completes all the learning, the things that you're assigned to a program, then your program will be completed or else your program will not be completed. Then the target deadline that your organization would have kept that in first. The employee should complete this program, kind of thing. That is about dashboards and course options. If you wanted to see available courses, available lessons, available programs in the dashboard, you can come here and see. Or the list of topics that are available in both day, list of courses, lessons, programs, campaigns, all those things you should be able to find from the dashboard. This is the admin dashboard. This is admin. No others will have access to it. Only learning administrator can come here. That is on this thing. And any module. Any module, not only Workday Learning, any module to start with. To start with the learning module or any other benefits or a core H, or payroll or learning or recruiting anything, any module in Workday. First stage will start with security configuration and business process configuration. You'll be starting with that. Though you'll not be creating a business process or though you're not beginning a security, but that's how your implementation starts. And you, as a kind of a learning business partner, you should be able to take care of, any kind of, when implementation is going on, you should be giving your requirement that learning admin should have access to all the areas of learning, but should not have access to any other learning. That's kind of requirements You will be giving and accordingly, security will be configured as defined action. Who is the security team? It's still in the Workday. Workday team members will be security configurators who have experience in security. They'll be managing the security within Workday. What access we need to provide to this user? Let's say you're joined. Your manager will reach out to security and saying that we have a grant her learning administrator access. They can assign learning administrator access for your work profile. And in Workday Learning, we have certain models. The one-day learning itself is a model, but within what they're learning, you have positions, details you can have, and courses and all your node permissions that you will be having. Whatever you're responsible on data that is to perform in the learning system, all that access. Now, to perform something related to business process, the available business process, any business process that you wanted to identify in Workday, you need to give BP colon and the name of the BP. If I get your learning endowment is one of the business process we have, I click on learning enrollment. You can see the business process. When you enroll into the course and you wanted to have dropped that endowment that the employee has taken, you can go through this business process and cancel the learning endowment. Once employee into the course, but some reason, you don't want it to have your team member to go further, you can cancel the enrollment or you can drop the enrollment. If an employee has already completed the course and again don't want it, go with the scores. Once employee enrolls into the course, you should have an access to drop the enrollment. They can drop the template from the endowment. That is a dropping the endowment. Also, you can see, look. Manage course is one of the other business process that will allow you to create a course. Manage course is one of the standard business process that will allow you to create a course. If you don't have permissions in the defined in this business process, but create a position, create courses, not position, create course action. You'll not be able to create a course when you're not assigned as a user in a security group. Until you have the security, you'll not be able to create a course. And you can do a kind of conditions here when you're acting. This is a little bit, not technical I can say, but logical. Relate is, let's say you have an employee enrolled into the enrollment. Ideally, manager has to approve the enrollment, but in general scenario, a manager will take a huge amount of time to approve or to take care of that. When manager is not available, the manager is not able to take an action. You're not able to approve the business process, or someone have requested a leave, or someone has completed the course. You're not able to move from current scheduled jobs. Basically, we have certain business process. One is managed course, which allows you to create a course without having no sense. To this one, you will not be able to create, and there is a drop in enrollment. If you wanted to drop an endowment for an employee in advance, you can do that on. Our employee also will have an access to drop that enrollment. You will be generally seeing the what is the enrollment kind of things in your current learning system. There's nothing, but we say no, it's employee into the course. One set, which allows you to manage course, create post process. Another thing is a learning. You'll be having an option to do mass enrollment also. Assigning a course to around those and employees in one go. There's one business. Mass enrollment will be one business process. If you're associated with this business process, generally you'll be getting a permission. Since you are administrator of a learning system, you'll be getting all the required permissions that allows you to enroll into the course for multiple tables. Mass enrollment. Let's say if there are around, 1,000 members globally are joining the next few weeks. If you wanted to assign the course compliance course to all these 1,000 members, you can do that and track them through dashboard. She'll be able to track all the completions and need kind of information from the dashboards. Once you assign course to enroll employees into the course and how employee is able to drive, kind of things you should be able to get all this information from mass enrollment. You're not bad users. There is a task called mass enrolled. There is a task. There's nothing about the business process. Whatever I'm showing is a business process. When you're having access to the business process, you should be able to access a task called mass enrollment. You can see there are certain kind of activities that you can perform. Mass enrollment is we are assigning multiple users. Multiple. Let's say there is an acquisition happening. As part of acquisition, you're getting 150 members into the organization. If you wanted to assign any kind of, learning courses to them, you can do all those things once they come into the general agreement of handling this one. Mass enrollment is another word which will be able to give you a kind of, enrollments for all the employees in one go for any number of employees. There is no restriction that you can only do grouping for 50 or 60 or 70. No. There's a kind of unlimited we have. You can do the kind of endowments without any kind of action. There's a task called enroll. Find workers to enroll. Click on this. We'll be making all these users. You'll be selecting one of the users. From where we will get this user or something. What is it? From where we will get this list. You will be getting, this is a report name. You need to access this report and we'll be getting all these users. Let's say your organization has 2000 members. All those 2000 members you'll be getting. And if you wanted to filter, you can filter. Let's say all as assistant controllers, we need to assign a course. You'll be selecting this one. How did I get this 2019 users? That was my question. That is a report. I'm saying find workers to enroll is the kind of report that I accessed. This is a report I accessed. You will be accessing this from the search bar. You'll input the name here. You'll input the name here and you should be getting that information here. Find workers to enroll. It'll click on this and you'll be getting all the workers here. You'll be provided with the name. When you join any organization, there will be a kind of mass enrollment kind of report. When someone is giving you a kind of knowledge transfer, they'll give you a kind of a mass enrollment report name. You'll be using that report to enroll people into that course. In my current elements, sorry to compare and ask you question that I can map the knowledge. That's why I'm asking you. No current elements. For example, we tie up with a vendor or client. And the client has 200 users. For the first time, what we do is we integrate with their HR system, whatever it is. Workday or SuccessFactors or whatever HCM they have. We will integrate that. It will generate the user automatically. But if they don't want to integrate with this system, we will manually add the users. In Excel sheet, we collate all the details of the users. If we have 200 users, the first name, last name, job role, job level, and we will collect that and we will upload the same in the LMS system. That is it. Here LMS is part of the Workday. It's not a Workday. LMS is not a separate system. When I hide into, no need to add the users. Map the user. Let's say I'm hiding the Workday system. And in my Workday system, Workday learning model will be there. As an employee, I will be in a Workday system, but as a learner, I will be mapped to the learning system. The one that you said is a specific to learning. It's not a kind of complete HR system. Workday is a kind of complete R system. Instead, I told you I was talking about all the modules. When an employee gets hired into the system, that employee will be in benefits module. We can assign benefits to that employee. Payroll module. In performance, employee can access performance data. In learning model, employee can enroll into the course and a learning admission can access the employee as a learner in the Workday system. Now, I understood. Since Workday and Workday learning system are within one system, you should be able to access it. Unique generation in the URL. If you wanted to access any kind of learning information, you'll be doing that in Workday itself. All the completions, all the in progress things, all the not started things you'll be getting in Workday only. And this is one of the tasks that you typically use to invoke. And then you have more. First thing that you're doing is create course. If you wanted to create a course, there's a task called create course. You'll be accessing the task and you'll be getting the task called create course. When you start creating a course, it will ask you which course that you wanted to create. You want to go with digital course or you want to go with blended course. Blended course is nothing but in-person things, classroom training kind of thing. Now I'll be selecting digital course. It's like click on. I should be seeing all the options of digital course. Title of the course and skill level of the course and description of the course, topics of the course and place where you can attach a file here. Any image you wanted to have to the course, you can attach those images. And status of the course, whether or not today you are wanting to use whatever course that you will be creating, today you wanted to use this. And after 3 years, no one wanted to use this course. In that case, you cannot, but you can inactivate this course. Inactivate this course. When you get this, you're seeing data see that's closed. Will not be able to access this course anytime because the state of the course is closed. When you want to create a course thing, I'll just create one course. Test course. Any module I can select, but we'll create one topic in our next session. I'm creating a course now and selecting this option here. Add less. You can see it still totally. You can listen, you can see survey, you can send. Media contact. Media is nothing but a kind of recorded, the videos or any kind of, Chrome packages. You should have heard something called Scrum packages. Those Chrome packages can be attached here. This can be attached here and the video interactive file will be added to the course. And there is something called external content. Since you're creating a digital course and digital code is nothing but a kind of virtual course anyone can take from anywhere. And now external content. If you're going with the course, that it has to be a kind of external content. You'll be giving a kind of web server, web URL or Jumi URL, any URL that you give. You'll be getting a kind of email that you know on the content that we need to share URL, that we need to share to vendors. You're looking at some content is nothing but the kind of Jumi, or if has to join on the Jumi URL or someone has to join on the web URL. You'll be taking an action, all those things. And you'll be assigning this question respectively members. Once you, as I know everything, you'll be clicking on submit and then you'll be finding all that information. Course code creation probably will not immediately go over course creation. We'll try to understand the basics of what they're learning. And that is about creation. We'll create a lot of courses. A lot of courses will create and assign team members into that. Probably we'll do course creation as a group of employees. And what else you'll be performing as a kind of operator, operating analyst for security. The other thing you should doing is, since you'll be getting access as a learning administrator, this talent. Where is learning related things? And any employee who gets into Workday, any employee who gets into Workday will be under supervisor organization. Have you heard anything called supervisor organization? That is the first thing that you should be doing. Supervisory organization is nothing but which is a structure of the system. Where is the organization you typically see manager in any HR system? You'll have a manager, and manager will have 2 or 3 members. Similarly, in Workday, we have organization which your manager will be managing, and you'll have 3 members getting under that organization. Let's say I'm a learning administrator. I'm a learning administrator and you're a manager who manages the learning team. And now I've joined the organization. Before my joining your place, the request to it. Also, a person is joining my team, grant all the required security. As how it was granted to me, the similar kind of security. Access to this person, kind of information you're getting. And based on that, you'll be creating a course or you'll be accessing any information. Similar, there's a supervisor, nothing but which group's employees. If you see in this system, if you see here, Jacqueline is there. Jacqueline is it. If you go to her job, you can see Jacqueline has a supervisor organization of this one. This one. If I click on this one, you can see there are multiple organizations here. But we don't need to worry on all those things. We need to worry of these things who are part of the organizations. All those things you should be seeing. Similarly, tomorrow when you're joining any kind of organization, in the organization, you'll apply for a job. Once you see that position, open position, you apply for it. Either in LinkedIn or either in your way, you'll be submitting your job application. Since then, you wanted to get into the position. When you submit kind of courses that you wanted to be or complete, since you know that you wanted to track. You can take complete list of the organization and place an employee into that. If you're joining any organization that is hiring you and you have completed all the recruiting stages, and once your hire process starts, your onboarding will be official. You will be assigned with your post, information change. You'll be assigned to one of the tasks that some other team member will be taking here, will be getting to your requests. That's kind of things you might be seeing. Basically, suppose that organization nothing but which group's employees, and make them to be part of the organization. which groups the employees. If you see this learning system only as a kind of, let's say if I go to supervisor organization, click on supervisor organization, you can see these are all the people under the supervisor organization. You can see around 8 or 9 people are there under the supervisor organization. Let's say if I wanted to access this supervisor organization. You can see these are all the workers. Around 9 employees are. They will be part of this. Supervisor organization nothing but which groups employees to be part of the organization. Without supervisor organization, you cannot hire an employee without supervisor organization. You cannot hire an employee to the supervisor organization. You'll not be able to see that employee in the system because you don't have a supervisor organization. Then you can't get a member under supervisor organization. Supervisor organization is an important task that you should be familiar with. I think that should be good. I don't want to get overt content for you under that you can face. That should be good. What we're seeing, the very basic things. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.